task as well, but at the end of a long day, I think it can be very fun to unwind with this kind of game. I am gonna fish a little bit now. I really like fishing in this game for whatever reason, but I hate fishing in real life. I just, I don't judge people that do fish, and I know some people obviously need fish for food, and, I have eaten fish before, so I don't have, like, a problem with that. But for me personally, I don't like the feeling that I am hurting another animal for my enjoyment. So I would fish if I needed the fish for food, but I don't really feel like harming a fish just for fun. Do you like the little flower I put in my hair? I'm not sure what kind it is, but it is blue and purple. It is a very light colored sort of, looks like how we think of moonlight a little bit. I actually learned though recently that moonlight in reality is sort of a warm color, but for whatever reason we conceptualize moonlight as blue, so in animations and even in like live action movies or TV shows, the lighting for moonlight is blue even though it should be more of a yellow. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Oh, there's a gift. That's fun. I have a really cute star net right now. I just got a bug. It is an earth boring dung beetle. Earth boring dung beetle. Speaking of the moon, it is nighttime right now in the game, which is kind of cool. Another thing that is interesting to me about Animal Crossing New Horizons is the time in the game always matches the time in reality, or at least the time that's programmed into your Switch. So that includes time of year, which is a really big thing in Animal Crossing, because the food that's available and the different recipes and stuff like that is different depending on the season. Yeah, I thought also very naturally different from each other and have different inclinations. So I think learning more about nature in the wild can help you be like more accepting of other people's differences as well, because it's just a natural thing. This is kind of cool. I thought this was a shark for real, and so did the character. But no, it was a suckerfish. 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 Maybe that's why I like fishing so much. I just love sea creatures. That would make sense. I'm gonna be honest, I see the bubbling, but I have literally no idea what that means. I think I knew what it meant at some point. Like there's some sort of sea creature there as well, but I have no idea how to access it, so leave a comment if you know what the hell the bubbles are. Bubble, 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 yeah, so I thought it would be really cool when I was 13 or 14 to plant that gigantic pumpkin patch that you just saw. I don't know why. I think I just wanted, like, I was into horror media and spooky stuff a lot when I was a kid, so I think that's a very big reason why I just wanted to make anything with, with pumpkins, like all the jack-o'-lanterns you see, even though it's not Halloween. I wanted it to be as close to a horror theme as I could get. So, that's kind of silly. I think I might have to remove those. I still like scary things in horror media and whatnot, but I just don't really like the aesthetic in the game that I created when I was younger. Let's go into my museum. Okay, cool. Hello, owl. So if you don't play Animal Crossing New Horizons, you get a museum, and every time you find a new fish or a new fossil or bug, etc., etc., you can donate it to the museum. So, and it also goes in your Critterpedia, which is the Animal Crossing version of a critter encyclopedia. So, I'm going to show you guys some of the fish I have because sea animals are cool. This is the first room. The sea creatures in that tank are very basic, very like Finding Nemo-esque. I think I saw a goldfish or, something of that kind. We have a little turtle. That's really cute. I love turtles. Did you know that the Chinese soft-shell turtle it pees out of its mouth? That's kind of cool. People can't do that. I learned that fact when I was like 8 and memorized which the male bites the female, because the female is much, much, much bigger than the male, which is tiny. And it bites the female and then becomes the supply of sperm for the female, and loses all sense of autonomy and individuality. So that's pretty fascinating, in my opinion. I love this room. Those moon jellies are so gorgeous. I just want to stay here a little. Jellyfish are really cool. There are some kinds of jellyfish